Yo. This video is going to talk about the latest news about transferring servers. Some people may be excited about this, while some people couldn't care less. This comes down if you chose the right server for you starting out. When the game first came to Steam in late 2025, I think a lot of people chose the wrong server. I think this is mainly a problem with the NA players who didn't notice that the default server was EU. I'm one of those people, so I'm just as oblivious. This usually isn't a big deal with MMO games, so I didn't pay any mind to it, since other games may be the same game entirely, just a little different ping and language difference. However, World of Sea Battle gameplay can change widely among different servers. Of course, the main difference you'll notice is going to be the ping. If this game was strictly a PvE game, then it would maybe be okay to deal with. However, 70% of this game is PvP, and you need every advantage you can get, and you'll feel that ping in the middle of a fight. Or even worse, you may just literally disconnect. Next, which is probably obvious, is the fact that you might not even be able to speak the same language. While I've been on the EU server mainly, it has felt like half the server couldn't speak English. That still leaves a lot of people I would be able to speak with, but it does limit some interactions. Even more so if you're trying to join a guild. Guilds almost always have a Discord server for communication and planning. That means a handful of guilds may simply not be possible for me. And interacting with other players on the open sea can become limited. I'd say almost the most important factor are port battle fights. Not simply that you may not communicate properly, but that it's a different time zone. Port battles do not happen randomly, and they are not the same from server to server. Port battles are chosen to work with the timing of that guild. Since I'm living in the NA, but play on the EU server, most of the port battles are either in the middle of the night or very early in the morning for me. That's because my mornings are EU evenings, aka prime gaming time. This could honestly work for NA players that work in the evenings and have free time in the mornings. But time zones can actually affect how you can enjoy and play this game, which is really cool honestly, but also means you need to choose what fits your schedule. And honestly, you want to play the game when there are a lot of people online. If you end up playing the game when everyone is sleeping, it may make the game feel dead or stale, while in reality, you're simply just on the wrong server. So it looks like they are opening up an option to transfer your account this month. Take into account what I've talked about to see if it's the right fit for you. If you experience ping problems, language barriers, and unable to join port battles, make sure you're confident in switching, since you will not be able to switch back. You will keep basically everything from the previous server. However, you will need to completely restart your private islands and buildings on them. This might not be a big deal for seasoned players, but a new player may have just grinded the last month trying to finish theirs. Of course, your arena rating isn't going to transfer with you. You'll be starting on a new server, so wait for the season wipe to grind that again. Plan accordingly and move together potentially. Hope everyone is enjoying the game, since the game took a hit after the event, which makes sense because a lot of people are grinding hard. But these videos show that the player base is indeed still growing with new players. Don't troll them too hard, and keep on sailing everyone.